Welcome back to the Roxy Lanes in Winnipeg, Manitoba. We're all set for the final match and the right to go to the finals, and this is how they got there. Gino Zebarth defeated Roger Currion 306 to 210 to make his match, and then Willie Orn, the defending champion, eliminated Hank Porter of Carlisle, Saskatchewan with a brilliant score of 366 to 216, and he made it to the final. Willie Orn will be the first man up. As we said, he had such a brilliant game coming in here. He had strikes, a total of 8 strikes in that match.
He did, Ernie. One of the things we're going to have to watch for in Willie's game, the last 3 frames, the 8th, 9th, and 10th, he was extremely thick. See if he made an adjustment. Get away from that.
He's on it. Ooh, boy, he hits that head pin all the time.
He was really accurate.
Yeah.
Good player. You know, and this is the biggest thing to guard against. You get some adrenaline going. You change the delivery just a little bit. We don't want to see head pins.
And he's
cut off
just
the game.
punched out that pin straight ahead, too. So he'll make some sort of an adjustment here. The first frame is when you have to do it. Get all the bad ones out or the adjustments out or in. Oh, good pickup. Got that bounce back in. That's the second time we've seen that action. Once for a spare and this time for 15. Okay. Gino Zebarth will take over for 2 frames. While the starter, Willie Orn, just had the 1. Zebarth had 306 in his frame, and he did very well in his opening match, I thought.
He did. He struggled a little bit on this right-hand lane.
This one?
But in the 10th frame, he shot 3 strikes in a row. So I thought he maybe had that lane solved. That one, that shot, looked like he just got a little bit too quick.
Ooh, I thought he might miss that, but good pickup. So he gets a spare in his first frame. I like him. He's a nice guy to deal with. He has a good attitude. He's quite a jokester. And he just loves the bowl. He loves competition. He loves to be involved. This is his thing.
He lives for it, and he learned and he watched 2 of Alberta's best. He took some lessons and watched a guy by the name of Mark Jackson and another one by the name of Bruce Mortar. They helped him out when he was just learning the game and getting into the big-time competition.
Good pickup. Ooh. So he starts fair and strike and immediately sets the tone for this one because Willie Orn started with 15 on the first. Now let's see if Willie makes some adjustments. Yeah, he liked that, didn't he?
Oh, he did. That's been his good lane. He had 3 strikes in that left-hand lane in the first match and a strike here. So he's got it solved.
He's on it. Ooh, almost got the kickback from behind. It wouldn't be surprising if he gets a few of those. He might get frustrated because everything went well in the first match.
Well, he carried a lot of very thick hits in the first game, and that's what you kind of worry about. You know, if you make any little bit of change, it goes from being a thick strike to a head pin or a split.
Has he got it? No. Ooh, he doesn't like that. I can just hear what's going on here. That rotten corner.
Well, again, one of the dangers of having such a great game like that 366, he never had the opportunity to shoot any corner pins.
He's cleaning up pretty well, though. He picked up everything, and he has 30 after 2. Now he has to get going because Gino Zebarth has the jump.
Well, Willie's dug himself a big hole here right off the bat. He's going to have to come back with some strikes.
All right. He's a pretty short starter here. He doesn't have big strides.
No, for a big, tall guy, he's a very short approach. Wow. Once again, he crossed over the head pin, but he's still a little bit thick, and he's not getting the reaction like he got that first game.
Look at this start, Bill. You got a head pin, left corner, right corner, and missed the roll back there. Wow. Tough start. Still time, though. Still time for a bowler of his caliber to come back. There's a spare. Now, that's a start. And he knows it, too.
And he's shown us that he can run a lot of strikes.
Definitely.
And Gino knows that. He's seen him in competition before. They actually bowled each other a couple of years ago in a big major tournament. Gino happened to win that one.
Boys back in Millet, Alberta, Western Lanes in Wetaskiwin, and the Windsor Lanes in Edmonton. About 40 miles or so apart there. He bowls them both. And he's on a strike, and just a little too light on the head pin there.
Again, he got a little bit quick. Yeah. And so what happens? The ball doesn't break. And Gino's back up. That time he was thin on the left-hand side.
Yeah, speed makes all the difference. Like golf, if you hit it too hard, it just won't take the break. So it's the same thing, isn't it?
It is. Speed's critical in this game.
Looks good from here. Yeah. So he keeps filling with a spare in 3. And a total of 60 in the second frame. As you can see, he's filled every frame at the bottom there. On top, Willie has a spare in the 3rd. So he's just starting to make waves here. But it's Gino who has one more frame to go, his 4th, before Willie Orrin gets a chance to come back.
He's back up on, Gino's back up on the left-hand lane. He's had 4 consecutive strikes on this left-hand lane. See if he continues.
Ooh, boy.
Once again, he did a little bit of a dance there, getting up onto the approach that frame, and sometimes you don't, that has an effect on him. Willie doesn't pay any attention to the opposition.
No.
Just concentrating on his own game.
He's just thinking. Well, he knows that Gino has to pick things up like he did in the first 2 frames. Actually, that really levels out the game, because now who knows what happens.
As they say, he's left the door open.
You bet, he's left the door. Good pickup. Good pickup. You always have to pick those pins up in disappointment, don't you? You force yourself to really get serious, because you say, too bad.
But these guys have both been in lots of big-time competition, and they know that even cleaning up a head pin can be critical for the end result.
Definitely. You don't want to waste any pins. Down it again, and again, he has trouble. Look at this record up on top. Head pin, left corner, left corner.
Willie's changed something. Last game, he was thick in the right-hand pocket. The last couple of frames, he's been in a left-hand pocket. So something's changed a little bit in his game. I haven't quite picked it up yet. That's why he's leaving corner pins and not carrying the strikes like he was in the first game.
Good spare there. He knew right away, as soon as he released the ball, he got his mark, and it was online. So he has a fill in 4. Now, if he can get a strike on top of this, he's moved to within about, let's see.
7 pins.
7 pins,
with a
in the
strike
4. So this is a very big ball for him to even it up. Oh, got it out to the side. And see, when you miss the first ball and the thickness there, you lose points in counting with a spare instead of a strike.
Have a look at this replay, and we'll see if we can pick anything up. Everything looks the same. The only thing I did notice, it looks like he's getting the ball a little bit further down the lane on that first ball.
Ooh, good shot. Okay, we had a close game, no question about it. But 17 points difference after 4, but Willie has a spare in 5, and now Gino Zibarth comes into play his 5th as he has reached the halfway mark. Pretty close match. I don't think you could really pick anyone at this point, because I think it might go down to the last couple of frames. Oh, my goodness.
So that's tough on Gino.
2 in a row.
2 head pins back to back.
Yeah. I can hear the boys in the background as supporters saying, come on, pick it up. Don't leave anything on the lane. As you said, the cheapest pin, if you want to put it that way, is 2 points, right? That could certainly win you a match.
Well, it can. It can be the difference between winning and losing. But Gino's going to have to make an adjustment. That's 2 head pins in a row. Yeah. He's done something different. Either it's a speed or just the location.
Okay, now that's the other side. He cleans it up. Both players have done well in that regard. They've been making all the pins under adversity. Okay, look at this. After 5, 110 for Zibarth at his halfway point. 2 head pins in a row. At the top, it's Willie Orrin with 78 in the 4th, but a spare in the 5th. All right. Now we're into the second half of the game for Zibarth here. Working on nothing. Trying to get a strike going here. Oh, my goodness. How could you?
That was a tough shot. Again, that backup, and it crosses over the head pin, and he gets it a little bit thin. See the 3 pin go inside, the head pin go up over and around it.
Now he's struggling. I mean, he's struggling there with head pins and corner pins, but he's fighting back. As we said before, I don't think he gets disappointed or backed up on things like this. He'll go after everything. And another fill there. Another fill-up, I should say, getting all 15. Off of 2 head pins and off of this, he was able to do it. Good for him. That's good hard work.
And the big thing in a match like this, Gino's now had 3 open frames right here in the middle. He's left the door really wide open for Willie. Strike here in the 6th for Willie gets him within 2 pins.
And he's working on a spare here.